Ghana city say will be our contractor what a contract no yemfa enchianeka afei ubati bi anwumre yi ese asuya ehwe yensas sem beche land commission no wo mate abedwako bi omo behwe no matoto eniema pafa omayi yensas ehu sa board no ye behwe da adomusuko ebi eka we hu na anwumre me de brem se Kessben Onyunubre Kasee bo no de kam se sibi malakio adawroma onu ne kuramu wo pe malaria dura ede na fei esaya riententemu a sibi malakio enye na ebo heba shop sibia na dawroma enwo kura Kasee boye emu mede ade adwom hema nyako abronoma jima Adishimama Africa Kasee bono ni nchemu ni Oswafo wo hwe yakwantempon ene yakwan nsem so ewo mayimu onu apokwasi amwakwata ede atodwo se omampanyini na adodanko akufuado wahunu se mayimu no yakwan enye ena afen so krampo no wode to na koma so se afi wo beyi yakwan enu ti watwa sika 800,000 and I say 800 million Ghana cedi se yemfa emwa na contractors ni nyina no yentua wo bia aka no nsankwa na dwuma so
Tembo President Kufuado board road fund board na me yedwuma no seminsura make say anka the best board yes no kokra me won aye adwuma it was not individuals woman na plus one lady Hajia, I am happy say odaso kan ho na members no bidaso kan ho on ye adwuma papa and na me hwe board members are president you won bio yeah ultimi hu say president nani abre papa say Ghana adwuma ebekoso ntina me dia study to on nim say ma won any president hu amo na senior first board no on predecessor board no eye adwuma no won so ni won chairman onu ni members na be ye adwuma na Ghana akoso senior the last board no first term of President Kufuado board
we onabakwasi amwakwata Oswafo a wo hwe yakwantempon ensem so na Oswafo a wo hwe ensase ene niema pa obode ade adom yen onabo Samuel Abdullahi Jinapo na papa yi ene wagina ne tumi so apa obode fofora wo mo behatoto niema wo Land Commission wo na wode ato anim se won fa perpe ye na fe so experience pa emfa entoto board no na yen hwe yanwene ya sas so
the matters relating to the forest cover of our country are one of the most consequential matters in our contemporary existence as a country. It's a big issue today in Ghana and the world. Matters to do with forestry, matters to do with climate change, matters to do with the ecosystem and all of that. These are the big ticket issues of the world today. They are as important as our economic efforts to develop our national economy and so on and so forth. We are told that in 1900 we had about 8.2 million hectares of forest, and today is depleted considerably. This is why we brought about the issues of Green Ghana. I didn't have the opportunity of a board to give us advice and formulate policies and so on and so forth. So we did our bit, but now we have the board. So to the extent that we have the board is now going to take the responsibility of devising a strategy and policies to ensure that we restore the forest cover of our country. And I should point out that is a matter which is dear to the president. It's a matter that the president is very particular about. People talk about galamsey and land administration and the rest. I dare say that the forest sector is even more consequential, and therefore this is the mantle that we have bestowed on you to discharge for the people of this country.
His Excellency, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and his government, for the privilege and honor bestowed upon us to serve on the board of the Forestry Commission. The Forestry Commission, established under the Forestry Act of 1999, Act 571, is responsible for the regulation of the utilization of forests and wildlife resources, the conservation and management of these resources, and the coordination of policies related to them. The Commission's vision is to leave future generations and their communities with richer, better, more valuable forestry and wildlife endowment that we inherited. And this mission is to sustainably develop and manage Ghana's forestry and wildlife resources. As board members, this is our charge as well. And one of the ways we can move both the vision and the mission forward is to embody the Commission's strategic objectives. Together with other board members, we will do our best to help the Commission. The CEO.
Enunti ene ebra yama omusai ewie ye no na chairman enso so de ne de eto so omu beye adwumaden na adodanko akufo ado na koma so ade a won pese e betoto ye nsase ase no wo mo behwe so omu so de beto wo makoma so na o maye adwuma esombo pa ye to akase bone so emfamamo na asuye no wo mo ehwe eye emmabunu eyiedie ensem so mekire Youth Employment Agency no woman Ghana Health Service akaba chirimu say COVID-19 no kwa na ekosoro o mampanyini na adodanko akufo ado nso ka say district bia no be say wode adwuma be say 1 million joints ebegba ho enu ti sa so ye ni apomdi aso ye na kaba chirimu say emmabunu ye de wo muti ewura enwumasuemu ye no na be say community health nursing no ni nyina be kire wo mo so aboa e wo COVID-19 e kire no bi
outbreaks of diseases and many other things, including sometimes distribution of certain essential basic commodities that the community needs for improved health. We've gone down this road before, and we saw that when we had put them in the region, particularly Ashanti region, we saw the results that we got in the region in the years that we had the youth employment team there working with the hospitals and the CHIPS levels. We know that this is going to be deployed to most of our most sensitive and deprived areas where we can reach people. It also come at a time where we need to improve our risk communication to get people to change their behavior in their response and adherence to the protocol that have been designed to mitigate the effects of COVID. We will also do our best to build the capacity of these community health workers so that they can move on to the next level. And for those who are able to make it and to join our health sector, we are ready to not just waste the capacity and the resources we are wasting in them, but also become part of our team to improve, continue to render services, health services. Outbreaks of diseases,
na Honorable Kennedy Akompre kwa Japan oye emrashebedwani a wogina mamafo a ewo Asen Central papa yi na sen yese wakoye de emfata enti a che no contempt ye no emrashebedwafie de ne kwa akogina privileges committee mpanimfo animam ye twi nanim eno na aba beto dwa say de meeting obekọ so onyankopie wo manim no mpanimfo asa atwen asensen mrashebedwani a wogina mamafo Tamale North ye mal Hassan Suini say na ne na Kennedy Akompre kwa Japonia aya no aye chest out say won suro bibia no ayede na fedie wo surade.
Before that text message that we were going to have our day before the committee today. I had spoken with a couple of members of the committee, and they were all upbeat about today's sitting. So it came to me as a surprise when the committee indicated that they have not been successful at inviting him yet due to the fact that he is out of the country. I find it unfortunate. I think that it amounts to an act of cowardice because we've all known about this case for some time now, and given the bravery he shows at his comfort zone, one would have thought that he would be eager to make himself available for the committee to serve him, and for this matter to be dealt with and decided upon by the committee and by extension the House. So I find it quite disappointing that his bravery only is exhibited and demonstrated in that comfort zone around Medina. First of all, he's elected to represent a constituency and to do business for the people of Ghana. And so I do not find any other business under the circumstance that will be more important outside the jurisdiction of this country than what is at stake. I mean, you're talking about the threat to the life of a citizen, for that matter, a journalist, as a member of parliament, claiming support from, the government, and showing blatant, disregard to establish protocols and code of ethics that is required of us as journalists. One would have thought that he will want this matter resolved, even if he believes that he is right in doing what he is doing. And that should be more important to him than any other business outside the jurisdiction, especially around.
Honorable Alhassan Suhini was say Yera Kennedy compre kwa Japan. Aya no odi ne mesa na baby keke na wo hu se huboa na abono. Kaseɛ boy wo hye e wo Kessben TV so. Madame honam agiabofo krato tiawa. Woni me se mampanyine e de so kwatwa doka me kire fridges ahodo. Ya ye vasen no wo ba be hwie ni nyina gum. Ama nipa dodo na nya bia wa na. Wote ho asɛm a twɛn me basese a. Mema obibia akwaba Kaseɛ bono de aka kyerɛ ɛna yɛde ɛsɛso amamo ɔsoafa wɔ shapo mu den ensam so ɛyɛ ɔno abokɔko agyeman manu wɔde atodwa sɛ nana adeda kwako fuado akoma so ade ne sa afiwe nkɔ na wie na covid-19 panie no enipa bɛ sɛ wɔpepe aduo no de na ka obi atimi awowo bi na wonim sɛ vaccine ye ba ɛwɔ sɛ yɛde hyɛ asukɔtwe adaka bekyerɛ frigi mu na atimi ayɛ nwunu na ansɛi ɔmampanyine akari sika ɛyɛ America dollar no ɛyɛ ɔpepe ɛyɛ enwɔtwe million enwɔtwe ya kyerɛ sɛ wɔde akɔakɔpɛ frigi si bi di aba wɔde sa vaccine covid-19 vaccines no ɔde ebegum.
Now, wide range of vaccines released for the fight against the virus, and each of these vaccines require a special storage condition, especially the storage temperature. Without the facilities required to meet the storage temperature, the range of vaccines that can be deployed in our country will be limited. To expand vaccination coverage and achieve our immunization target of 20 million people, the storage facilities are required for a wider range of types of vaccines. So far, we have been limited to the traditional vaccine storage facilities, which are limited to temperatures ranging from 2 degrees centigrade to positive 8 degrees centigrade. We were therefore restricted to vaccines that required those storage temperatures. In this case, we will be able to import any of the approved vaccines. The range of approved COVID-19 vaccines that will be now available to us will include Pfizer, Moderna, and the likes, in addition to what we have already deployed in the country. That is the AstraZeneca.
Enti honorable kwako agyeman manu osafo a wo hye apomuden ensam so na mu ti omampanyini na namontu a watuo no wotumu enkyere no na aka ne panyina na wono ene hwama ne bonsam so wasakra abaye wasofo a wo hye yakwansra adwuma no so eye omampanyi dada John Ajekumukofo na abreso ne den ede yenwra asabi wode atodwo se wono pa ne ede no edi chamania ebetimi ayeye wo MPP amanyekuo mu na daye so obetimi abaye dwemtira ne Kaseɛ ede ama NPP wasoro kokrodwa amanyekuo fisa wono ene ebetimi ene grassroots no members no abonkomo ayie.
Party grassroots together and spell out the need for loyalty amongst ourselves, honesty and truthfulness, but also most importantly bridge the gap between the party and the government. I'm serving in the government now. I'm running the state entities on behalf of the president and the people of Ghana, and you can see a disconnect. I am on the ground. I've been local government minister before. I've been information minister before. I've been an organizer of this party. I've been a member of parliament, and you can feel and see disconnect. There are people who feel that we are not listening to them. People think that we are not addressing their issues. And there must be an address of, we must address it. The organization is the key to everything, and you serve in a party. It's a service, and also with humility and simplicity. If you are not humble and simple, people cannot approach you. You know the way I'm from a village. I'm from Kromanti and Konongo. If it wasn't education, I wouldn't be here where I am now. So I am privileged to serve, but it's also important to link up with the party full soldiers. So God willing, when the party opens the nomination for the chairmanship, I will be there, and I'll be there to contest. And God willing. Well, the culture we are bringing is simplicity and humility. But the key vision that I have is to organize the party as the preferred party of choice by Ghanaians, which is poised to win 2024 and hand over to another MPP president and beyond. And when we go beyond, as the General Secretary said, then opportunities spread. The opportunity. You see, the key problem in Ghana has been the question of employment. I mean, from of old. And Dr. Nkrumah at that time started with the state farms. If you remember, after independence, we needed to feed our nation. We needed to feed the factories. We needed to employ. Indeed, that's why the state-owned enterprises, some of them were formed for development, employment. But over the years, nobody has supervised here. I've gone there and I've started turning around these entities. having served as a political person in parliament and also in the party, now I've gone into business of government, which is the corporate world, and begun to change and turn the tide. That is somebody who can go there and change something. And I'm glad that President Akufo-Addo is also tackling the same thing as Dr. Nkrumah did. It's employment. And you need the state entities to do that. You also need the people of Ghana to be part of industrialization. And that's why he has started the 1D, 1F, one district, one factory. But you cannot even man this properly if the educational ability of the populace is low. And that's why free education has come in. So you can create the employment, you can create the 1D, 1F, but then if you are not careful, people cannot mind the management, you bring foreigners.
Papa Asamoah Boateng Asabi, and among who say one so. Owatini mu pobi ewo ho se opeso obaye dwemtenani no no ene betimi aka nsam ni yi amaganafo ehun ne mapa ewo NPP osuno kokrodu amanyoko ni mu yento aso na so ya rahosam kase na asie fise yera aban smana baben ya wono ene hyiame ne awo Ghana mrahye bedwafie empanifo echiremu ana chasa papa ewo ko etifedu mantem wa ya chasa nka wonom no edebia panyimu bi kwasa abosaja convoy ne ka edi animu na afenso so krampo moto kan wow na ka se kwanchen sa wow yi bi ene o muduru kono ho arehosam ene se ka bi firi betwi fa convoy no edabrewo nipa ya wo ye potini a wono wo twi moto ni ba ko de ekran na anu ato na nanom e wonse edo Arahosam Kasee pa na so yemra aban sumana baben ya waye chamehene e wo Ghana mrahye bedwafie no enkra ne kire se ne ho den pa ne ho anka ye to Kasee bono so amamo arahosam ye bi na asie ewo eye epoye mantem mechore Eastern region krobi a friend se asiakwa na enkwada suku nkwada mienu ya wo entoaso suku kope galadi kope sika gadam se wo mampanyina chiwade ene yese amana no abuagu won so amanipa mienu wonom so ahwere wonom kwa ya kwada mo fana ya wo ba betwero wo mo nsoshe ya kire se nkwada yi aya arahosem Kasee pa wo suku mu wo ne namfo nom e wo ho eye St Stephen's senior high school wonom ewu aho papa se wo mo sode wo mo ne nkwara nyina na si class ye wo mo nim se sika dufuru pesa ye nkwara nketwa ekodi gala Kasee boy echago ewa Kessben TV so medame ho abana se me ba ye be hwe dwasonsam Zase ya yete o mayimu ye paade ba kwa atwe sika ebo o mayimu a eye koko ti koko akuafo de Ghana mampanyini nana adodankwa akufo adon toto wo mofom kra zase nkra no kire se wa sha ase atwetwe koko akuafo binum din ene ma beboa wo mo amo mo mfudie ene be ye akade be mo adwuma na yefo ama won mampanyini pese ode ma won na mame eye Tania Akologo wano ena waya asantemantem coordinator edema cocoa management system no one central for bon commodity just so mampanyini na koma so ade ne se cocoa kuaye no be yakono
yo mede enchia free Ghana Cocoa Board eye yewra boahin edu ene asanteman regional manager Cocoa Health and Extension Division Mr. Kojo Oseidanso ebremo tiefo nyina ene dwumadie a ede abepie ewo nkawe mansimu ana Cocoa mansimu eye Ghana Cocoa Management System ana se Cocoa Management System policy a eye Ghana aban ye papa na adodankwa kufuado enam Ghana Cocoa Board so a enrolling say yemfa information ewo ekuafo ho na atimi aboa ama ekuafo pension scheme a eye botae eni enisodi hu kese ema yewura na adodankwa kufuado atimi abam na sede na sunim no yentimi enko obi krom enko ye adwuma abraye enko hu kurura enti penyimfo ayen hyehyeye se ansa na mrante ne beba aba beye adwuma ewo kuro bia mu no esese yetimi ekọ kuro no ewura no enaso ne akosere kwan afensu ne age empaibo ama adwumadie no akoso Cocoa Management System no ye fa information on cocoa
se de beya anka ne kura na obi be cocoa ye cocoa na mo ne mo na si cocoa de ban ema ye di bia ema adwuma na cocoa bia no kura ye aba mu agro se kanana ko boato ne so ye de chew na otimi ko ikuzisi wa feedback from feeling nsa enu ohu so far so tu ye shemo nkura nsem to akoso na euro 7 traza ni ade ono so mama ne ye enshemu kena na bia akoso kama ye me kan cheme nua me tu me so me kokuru se obia momoti se de ya ono so oti bebi ase atwutu di no obekọ atwutu di se de be ya ono so benya mu akade na de aye ne dwuma na wonhwe no mu firi mu se wa atwuru di ne ba se eche bibia besire ne wanya bi ne mo se atwuru di ne ba se aduro ne de bon class o de be bibia koso
yentu akase ebone so na ye ko enkrofo kroso ye sase ewo Ivory Coast maimu amane boy ensa ka kire se wono mo mampanyini Ivory Coast mampanyini Yemal Hassan Watara enkrani kire se woni nipa bi akonya aye enkitanwudie ya kire se nipa no wono watimi anya sa COVID-19 coronavirus ya de ni bi nipa ni din amma na so nipa one ne kodi nkitanwa na so one ne kasa ye no na o wayare ni bi won se ba ne sa won so be kwa isolation obodo wo be kwa kwhye baabi ya wo bia emenwo nefua pare edunan ansana wa ba nipam se bia isa test ubiem na yade no ebi ni hu a baabi a wo ewa isolation center na wo tonkra de ma Ivory Coast ni ma ese wo mo wo mpane no na obia entwe ne ho emfiri yare ne ho na protocols no obia enni so Yera Jacob Zuma enkrane kire se aka na wotwepe aka kra bi na aduru ho ya sande ne begina daka mu bio na wom sande ntansa fofra kan gam no se wono ankasa no waye te se Japako port waye he papa na afe ye sande fofra begin gam no papa se ne me yare ma fie kra se amene mo kasa dokota fo gina no so ntenten e wo South Africa afe ye she enigide Kaseɛ bo wo enigide Kaseɛ bo mu no ye beka ne se eye normal se obi agidin se wo ye radio presenter se wo twasini se nipa no ho asɛm de agyan Ghana hanom waduane ne yenie nya wasem amafo betimi aka de ensa bro yata so ase de ani nipa no mpo na tifie enti woni age den wo mayi mu de ka omo wasem onya agro na Ewraba na na Mac Brown akwa bia wotimi mo ni din wase Mac Brown ti we wa ware awoba na so wase amafo twe ando tentente se mampo bensa ne ho asem wase ka wo ka ono kwa no asem kram hano ne ba magazine wawo no okunu papa bi yewra Maxwell Mensa ena no no do am ba mu sa de ne family ba mu dia da bi na ni bebre pa na ni kala bese santi so obi beka no asem a onfo okunu ne ma ho nsem emmem area adesemaima nana ama Mac Brown ne de so na megina de anwumre kase boni nyina asi amamo me ka mo se at 40 label nana afia Hammond sofo ma me metene so ama sorry say de nana afia say wa bie pono ato ho ya akwada bia wo pese wo sua fashion design no ka ho bra no nkire ye school prekope uwia obem obodin kata o cho se de twetwa sai kabane slit pam ntade ahodo ntade amede ba TV so no ne pam hyeme ko patase oni paparazzi and sanso frey 0244 607305 na woni afia Hammond emmo enkomo ajwa chirewa eketina my baby editor supremo na akosia somo asodele abroche kraba ebo ni chidom yewra kwachia de fe ene director me na yewra Samuel Sapon so tamechi pampe na Topaz bebe wono so ene bubo viti no ema me na kwame ene abebe the king man ene womo ene gina camera na chi ema me Seth Achia Amos Ezekiel omonso ewo MCR ene boate mu nyina na Fosia Beauty Salon abna Fosia papa bi wono so ene yemanim wo pe wo bia da wo be ware wo besiesie wo ho a Fosia Beauty Salon wo wateda house ya grand floor brane bisa abna Fosia oni makeup ye pa anwumre wo mu nyina ka ho bio ena metimi de kase boy ebremo me na do papa bi me ma good evening na me am sister Julie ono so free Italy abba fi se nyame yadoma me nda chena na wotwe me am ma me kokko wo dampem enunti abrochefo ni nyina abba sister Julie me ma akwa abaso no nko me den ade adwama yema nyako abronoma jima